What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the show, After School with the Lawsons. I don't know what episode this is, but it's going to be a good one. I got a special guest. We are here filming right now in California, Susanville, actually. But my man, Nick Hibbitts, a.k.a. the Sus King, is joining us here on the show.
What's up, little papas and mamas?
What's going on, my man?
Dude?
I'm good, dude. Super excited to come up here, and first things first, this place is beautiful.
Thank you, bro.
I mean, it's extremely beautiful. So much mountains. You know, we just have hills back home, like I was telling you. Yeah. And you know, just to be fair, we've had lots of discussions before this podcast. So everything you guys are about to find out, I may already know. You know, but it's all good. Nick's a great dude. I've seen his stuff on social media many times. My cousin's a big fan. Yeah. You know, and it's just an honor to come up here and chat with you and figure out even more about you. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, dude, flying sucks.
Sure does.
You know, I have restless leg syndrome real bad, like I was telling you. Yeah. And just sitting in the plane and you're beside two people that you don't know. Yeah. And then especially like when their head like hits you and you're just like, get off me, dude. You know? And yeah, just the whole flight process is just, I wish I had my own plane or helicopter.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
That would be sick, dude.
But man, enough about that, dude. Like, who's Nick Hibbitts? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'm just a normal dude.
Yeah.
Just trying his best. But no, dude, I'm from old Susanville, 28.
And this is northeastern Cali, by the way. So whenever he told me like California, I'm thinking, dude, I'm about to go to the beach.
Yeah, no, not so much, bro. No, you'll see a fucking wolf. You might see a wolf.
Wolf was saw. Yeah. A wolf was spotting. But yeah, I was totally, you know, when you said it's the hills, like you weren't lying.
I said we got cowboys, we got prison guards, and we got tweakers, bro. Yeah, that's where we're at.
But it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful place. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, dude, I'm 28 years old, bro. I'm
looking 35, bro.
Shit, dude. That's my favorite comments, bro, on like post social media is, you know, this is somebody's dad. And my favorite one I've ever got, it was on TikTok. It was, this is somebody's grandpa.
Oh my God.
Like, bro, I don't look that old.
No,
like,
no.
On. Like pushing 60. Come on.
Your wedding picture though, like I was like Facebook creeping you because I guess that's what normal people do. And I was like, dude, this guy's like ginger, you know. Oh, yeah. He's got a beautiful beard.
Yeah.
He's funny. Why not have him on the show? Well, I mean, you know.
It,
and that picture of you and your wife, was it at your wedding with the suspenders?
I don't know I think the one you're talking about was actually at my brother's wedding.
Gotcha.
Was it like green suspenders?
I think so, but I mean, your haircut was like,
yep,
top notch.
That was my brother's.
I was like, dang, I got to have this guy on the show.
This guy looks good.
Yeah, for sure. But so Susanville, you know, compared to the lower parts of California or the southern parts, like, how do you compare that for someone who's never been here?
I mean, so your SoCal is you got your beaches, you got your oceans, you got your huge cities and stuff like that. When you're up in NorCal, you're more in the mountains, you're in the trees, you're in the, you know, the woods. It's like you're not in California. You know, you don't feel like you're in Cali. You don't it's just a different lifestyle. It's slower. Yeah. It's a lot slower. You know, we've got 4 stoplights on our main street. You know what I'm saying? It's just slow-paced living.
It reminds me of a scene from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Like, I was on the phone with Whitney driving, you know, from Reno to here on that long straightaway, and I was like, it looks like Montana or, you know, just some, and it may not, is that where Yellowstone is, the movie, or the show? Is it filmed in Montana?
Sounds right.
I think it is, but like just the mountains and stuff, obviously the snow on it, but I guarantee like during the spring and fall, it's beautiful out here.
Yeah, it gets real pretty, man.
Yeah.
It gets real pretty. It's, you know, the leaves start changing and, you know, weather starts changing, dude. It gets, you know, this is a beautiful area to live, to grow up in. You know, like I was saying yesterday, bro, it's I don't know, as a kid, you know, I wasn't really into hunting. I wasn't into fishing. I wasn't, you know, so it's kind of hard for kids just because it's like, what is there to do?
Right.
If you're not hunting or fishing, you're probably getting in trouble. So, you know, it's one of those things that as you grow up, you realize kind of what you have, you know. My wife and I moved away for a little bit, and when we came back, I was like, God dang, it's good to be back, you know, like, damn.
Like a piece of you was missing when you were gone.
Yeah, man. And it's as simple as like, we moved to a town about an hour and a half away called Chico. And it's a busy little town, man. Lots of horns, lots of sirens and stuff like that. And you don't realize how loud it is there till you move back. And I remember the first night we moved back, we sat in front of our house, and I just listened, bro. You can hear the wind go through the trees.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell is happening? You know, it's deafening how quiet it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can tell just like us traveling those back roads, and like, I'm like, hey, what's that? And you're like, well, that's the town we were just in, you know? And I'm like, man, it's crazy because literally you like see the lights and then there's nothing for miles and miles. Like, what's the nearest biggest town? Is it Reno?
Yeah, it would probably be Reno.
And that's about an hour and a half away.
About an hour and a half south.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, dude. I mean, you got a beautiful place up here. But yeah, as you can tell, we're not in the podcast studio. His buddy Tom, is it Tom or Tim?
Tom. Whatever you want to call him, bro.
Tiny Tom. But this is his little place. It's a highway to the gaming zone. He was nice enough to let us borrow his place of business, and I was like, dude, you got a nostalgic gaming center? It's like, that's perfect. Yeah. You know, he's got a lot of cool stuff in here. I got a little surprise for you at the end of the show, but yeah, dude. So let's talk social media for a minute, because you are the Sus King, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about the backstory of the Sus King. What kind of gave you that idea and direction of coming up with that kind of content?
So, I mean, it's kind of a long story, but it was 2021. It was 2020, 2021. And I'd always wanted to, you know, make people laugh for a living. That's what I've always strived to do. And making people laugh is my favorite thing to do. So I was on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start posting videos, because me and my buddy, Sean, Tom's little brother, Sean, we had thrown together some videos. They never really did anything. And so I was like, I'm going to start taking it seriously. And so this company, The Beard Struggle, shout out, they had hit me up and were like, you want to become an ambassador? This is how I get famous. I got the gold.
I sure do.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. So I started selling the piss out of beard products, and I was like, well, this is it, dude. Like, it's off to the races.
Yeah.
And then I sold a bunch and didn't really get any followers, and I was like, that's weird. That shouldn't be happening. And so I took a step back, and I was like, all right, I am now playing the role of a beard product salesman, which it was cool, but I'm like, that's not what I want.
Right.
And while I was in that company, there's a guy named Dan Ziegler, shout out. This dude helped me with editing. He helped me learn how to film correctly, which, I mean, there's no correct way to film, but, you know, how it didn't look like shit.
Right.
And just helped me out a bunch. And so I took a lot of what he had told me, and I went, okay, I'm going to go do my own thing now. So I got off Instagram. My buddy had recommended TikTok. And I was like, bro, that's for like 13-year-old girls that want to dance. And I ain't trying to do nothing like that. And he was like, no, bro, it's changing. Like, it's more directed towards adults now. So I said, all right. I downloaded it, and I hated every second of it at first, because I was like, this is stupid, bro. Like, you see the same videos over and over. You're seeing the same people. And I was like,
yeah, because it knows what you like.
It reads
you know what I mean? And like, when you switch and you just pause for 15 seconds, it's so weird. Even last night, I'm watching who's the coach for Alabama?
Saban.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Nick Saban's there, and he's getting like pissed off during these interviews. He's like, ask me another question. I'm not answering it, you know? And so I thought it was funny. So I watched it for like 15 seconds, scroll a video, it's Nick Saban, scroll Nick Saban. I'm like, I don't even like Nick Saban, but it just knew that I watched it for like 15 seconds, and now Nick Saban's all over my phone. It's strange.
They looked at your face expressions too while you're watching.
They're like, oh, I think he kind of likes this.
This guy likes this shit. We're gonna keep showing, I guess. But yeah, so I was about to give up on it all, because nothing was working, man. I was posting dog shit, you know, quality stuff, and so dude, I'll never forget. I was in the back parking lot of Walmart. and I was working for the city at the time, and I was in a dump truck parked in the back parking lot, scrolling through TikTok. I was like, you know what? I have an idea. And I was like, I'm going to post 5 videos a day on TikTok.
Oh, nice.
It's like 5 seconds, 10, whatever. And they're all going to be different versions of comedy that I think are funny. And I'm going to do it for a week. And if nothing hits, I'm done. I give up. This ain't for me. And so that day was the day that I filmed my first ever 10 out of 10 Poppy video. And it was a dude shadow boxing, and he sucks on his fingers, and he acts like, he's shoving it up something. And I was like, well, shit, dude, in high school, I used to, like, talk in a really shitty Spanish accent in a high-pitched voice. I was like, what if I just moaned, and it said, rate my punch? So I'm like, I'm going to give him 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10, Poppy, posted it. And like an hour later, bro, it had like 30 views. And I was like, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, about 20 minutes after that, my phone just starts going off and off. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it's that video. And in 2.5 hours, I had hit 11 million views.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa. Like, okay. My followers went from 200 to like 65,000 in about 2.5 hours. So I said, okay, I got something. Here. So I just started running it into the ground, bro. Every video was a 10 out of 10 Poppy video, and with that comes along.
You were trying to find like the funny stuff, of course.
Yeah.
And then giving it that 10 out of 10. That's funny.
Exactly. So I was like finding videos of shit exploding. Oh, 10 out of 10. Then I started rating things like 8 out of 10. And like if it was like a 1 out of 10, it was like 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff like that. And it did pretty well. It got going, and I got up to like 100,000 on TikTok, and I was like, okay, but something's missing. Like I'm not getting there where I need to be. So I started venturing off and doing some other stuff in my high-pitched voice, and that came about the first ever Ho Yeah with Pizzazz.
Yeah.
And I had done some Ho Yeah videos. They never done much. And I was like, I got to take it to another level. Like, I got to be obnoxious with this and see if I just catch the right eyes. So there's this video of this girl, and she goes, can I get an oh yeah? And I'm talking with my buddy. I was like, what the hell was that? And then I was like, that thing had no pizzazz in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, let her know. And I said, you're damn right, I'm about to. So I started filming. I was like, you're lacking something to pizzazz. I said, and this was before the without further ado.
Oh, gotcha.
That came later on. So I said, oh, and it was real short, dude, went viral. And
that's awesome.
Like, okay, where can I take this?
Yeah.
So I've just kind of steamrolled that, and then I started taking those videos and posting them on Instagram. Mm-hmm. My Instagram blew up. All right, and from there I've ventured on to different types of videos, but still in the same aspect of like sus.
Right. But, yeah, I get a kick out of them. I think they're super funny, and you came up on my For You page numerous times, and again, I thought you were like 38 years old. Yeah. And then when I called you and it was like, hey, you want to be on the show? You're like, yeah. And I was like, how old are you? You're like 28. And I was like, oh, like we're more alike than I thought, Dude, and it's so weird, like being up here just hanging out with you, yesterday and today and breakfast and dinner. It's like, dude, we got a lot in common. And one of the main things is like, we enjoy making people laugh, right. And like we was talking last night, that the world lacks that. And my question to you is, what do you get out of producing that content? You know what I mean? Like, what does it do for you? Is it the likes? Is it the views that really kind of hype you up, or is it something else?
Well, it has changed from what it used to be. What it used to be was just getting my name out. That was gratifying. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm doing something that people give a shit about.
Right.
All right, cool. And then it was, well, where can I go with this? So if I did really good on a video, okay, that's my next step. Now I'm working up. Now I'm getting there. And then, because I don't get paid, so a lot of people think, oh, this dude gets paid. Dude, I don't make a dime. Mm-hmm. Not a dime from any.
Yeah, you got a 9 to 5, yeah. Or a 9 to 5, but 12-hour shifts probably.
Yeah, exactly. Like I this is something that I do on the side, that I hope to take off one day. But if it happens, it happens. Shit, I forgot what I was saying.
It was pretty much why you produce this content.
Yeah,
like, what do you get out of it?
So it's a sense of, at first it was a sense of accomplishment. It was a sense of, cool, I'm doing something. And then it was the DM started rolling in from people that were depressed and down, and they were messaging me saying like, it's I don't know, dude, it's rough because like they say like, oh, you know, you're the reason I'm still here, and it's, you don't understand what an impact you can make. Like I take my phone out and I moan into it for 10 seconds.
Right.
That's just a day-to-day stuff for me, you know, it's nothing big. But to somebody else, it's everything. It's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm important.
Well, it's a glimpse of hope. It's light. It's endorphins releasing in their body to where when they have something going on, like we were saying, like people with chemo or someone who's got PTSD and is like just wants to give up with life, you know, and they can resort to Nick Hibbitts and get 10 or 15 seconds of joy.
Right.
And feel just like the chemo's not even there anymore. The PTSD isn't even there anymore. The depression's gone for that amount of time. You know, it is a good feeling. It
is very, it makes you feel as though you're doing something correct. You're doing something right, you know, and so it's escalated to so many different things that it's done for me, that the reason I do it, you know, and now it's to the point where I do it for a couple. It's to allow people to escape reality for a little bit, you know, allow people to go, this sucks and this sucks and this sucks, but this dude, this full-grown man is moaning, and so I'm gonna watch it, you know, and ignore what's going on and be able to watch this idiot, you know, scream. And I do it for, I guess it's a personal thing where I want to be good, you know. I want to be known. I want to be top dog. You want to feel that sense of accomplishment, yes. Like, you know, you've actually done something. You know, you're 28 years old and you've feel accomplished. Exactly. You know, and a lot of people want to feel that, you know, even with their job, just an accomplishment of having a career. You know what I mean? And a lot of people haven't found that yet, whether it be the career, but just that sense of accomplishment. One, being a man and feeling that, it's like we need that, you know, built in you. Yeah. Well, and like I do, from a very young age, I don't know what it is, but I've always had this fear in my mind of not being remembered, and I don't know why. I don't know how it got there, but I always had a fear of just not being remembered, and for something good, you know, something great. Right. And I remember too, the first time I was actually admitted that, I was at a wrestling practice, and our coach, fantastic wrestling coach, he actually coaches up in Idaho now, Dusty, but he had us write down our fears. He said, I want to know what you guys are fearful of. And, you know, all the people are spiders and snakes. And I was like, shit, I think I went a little too deep with it. Yeah. And I wrote, I have a fear of not being remembered. And he was the one that told me, he goes, you got to stop worrying about what other people think and just focus on you. Focus on what makes you happy and what Nick wants to do. Right. Don't care what other people want you to do. I want you to care about what you want to do, you know? And so this is not the first time, but with social media, this is something that it's what I want to do. Right. It's something I enjoy. And that's why not getting paid, I mean, it sucks, but it's not something where it's getting me down. It's like, dude, I still want to do it. Yeah, you get a sense of joy out of it. And that joy could come from, I'm sure you laugh at your own stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes, yeah. Like, it's not funny unless you laugh at it. Exactly. Although there's some people that you laugh at your own stuff and they're like, what the hell is this guy doing? But there's plenty of times where, for example, me and Whitney are filming and we just can't pull it together. Yep. You know, the mom doing the push-ups on like the wig's falling off and some of the outtakes and stuff. And it's like that stuff, me and Whitney just bond so much together with that. While we're filming and stuff, just having a good time, laughing, like it's enjoyable. It's not a job, you know, and it's fun. You get the gratitude of that. You get the gratitude of making people laugh. And like you said, you get plenty of messages. Like, we've had so many people do the same thing with, for one example, a lady had terminal cancer, like brain cancer, you know, and she said, you guys, your content gets me through my treatments. So while she's at the treatment center, she's flipping through the Awesome Lawsons and watching all these funny skits, you know, and
she messages us that, and immediately I'm just like, you don't know what 30 seconds of jokes, skits, moaning in the camera can do for somebody. It's not the millions of views, but it's just that one or two people that you can truly pull them out of their reality and take them to somewhere happy because they're dealing with depression or chemo treatments or whatever. And it's like, they could care less about what's going on. They could care less that they have a terminal illness because they're enjoying their self in that moment. They're enjoying the laughter, and all those happy hormones are releasing, you know.
Exactly, man.
So she sends us a message telling us this, and she's like, how can I buy a t-shirt? And I'm like, one, you ain't buying nothing. Like and this is before we even had merch. Like, we just had one of our neighbors do like that whole bleach, you know, people making those like bleach t-shirts. Yeah. So she made us some of those, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Make us a couple and we'll wear them. And everybody's like, where can we get them? And I'm like, you know, you better buy some more shirts. And so that lady messaged, and she was like, where can I get one? I was like, we're just going to send you some. So we made some for her and sent them, and she sends us a picture of her doing her chemo treatments and smiling, you know, and it's humbling. Stuff like that is very humbling. And like you said, at first, it's almost like you get a high off the attention when your stuff spikes, you know, and it's like, dang, you know, they're noticing me now. I'm finally feeling accomplished. And now, fast forward a couple years after creating the content, I could care less about the views. It's literally, it's the emails, it's the DMs of people saying, you've changed my life. You've pulled me out of depression. Or people that comment on the video saying that stuff. And there's so many people like, why do you do this? Let me tell you. Yeah. That's the reason.
Let me show you.
Yeah. That is the reason I do this. And it is very humbling. And like you said, I haven't felt like that forever, but in these past year and a half, it's become my job to bring joy to this world because there's a lot of crazy and negativity in here, you know?
Wild.
So, producing that stuff, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then it just makes me feel even better that you get a kick out of it as well.
It's
an
accomplishment, man. It's not about paychecks, and it's not about, you know, yes, those things are important, but like you said, man, it's when you get those messages or you get those things of you're helping people.
Exactly.
You know, and that was not what you per se had intended on doing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm posting a video just because it's stupid, you know. Right. Ours happened by complete accident. You know, and you're posting stuff like, I think it's funny, you know, so why not? I mean,
send it, dude.
So for content creators that are watching, like they could be many kids. It's like, how do I get up and going? Like, what are some tips and tricks? Like, what do you suggest being a content creator that people can do to be successful on TikTok or be successful on YouTube or whatever?
So for starters, the first thing that you got to do, and excuse my language, you got to not give a shit about what people think. That's the first thing, because a lot of times people are so scared to even post. They've got all these videos and all these things, and they're like, I'm going to drop it. I can't. What if this guy don't like it?
Yeah.
Well, fuck that guy. You know, who's that guy? Who is that guy? There's nobody, you know? You can't let fear hold you back from that or what other people think, because no matter what you do, you'll be judged. No matter what you do. Whether you're walking through Walmart, people will judge you. So why not? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Especially if you feel passionate about something. If you have a real talent for making people laugh, you have a real talent for singing, film yourself and post it. What's the worst? Are you going to die?
Right.
You know, you're not going to die. You know, it'd be weird if you did. But fucking post if you die. But, yeah, so you can't be scared. And for me, you got to find kind of your niche. Like, do you want to be in comedy? Do you want to be a singer? What do you want to be known for? Did I think, I want to be known for moaning? Nah, I didn't, you know?
Yeah. But you're naturally a funny person.
Well, thanks.
So if you have a natural talent, you're saying I would start there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Find what you're good at. Don't and post it. Don't try something you're not. Which was my problem when I first started social media.
Yeah, you posted those dancing videos.
Yeah, dude. I'm all over tube top and shit. Hair long pigtails, but it's like they like 13-year-old girls dancing. So here we go. But No, I was posting stuff that I thought other people would like.
Right.
Not what I liked. I keep two shits about what I was posting, but I was like, oh, this guy will like it. Nah, he didn't fucking like it. Nobody liked it. So find what you like, find what you're passionate about, find what makes you happy, and don't be afraid to just go out on a limb and post it. Just post it, dude. Nothing's bad. I can't say nothing bad's going to happen, if you posted some crazy shit.
Right.
Something bad might happen, but just find what you like and stick to who you are. Don't lose who you are either, because there's a lot of times people they'll start posting, they'll start getting known, and then they'll disregard everything they got known for, and they'll try switching it. And it's like, so for some people that works, and for some people don't. But I find it really important to stay true to who you are when it comes to social media, especially social media, because these apps are fake. People don't realize, like, they think I honestly walk around moaning all day. The only time I moan is when the camera's rolling.
Right.
That's it, dude. I don't do that.
Well, there's that one time.
Hey, come on now. But, I do it for entertainment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a lot of people's like, does he wear this bow all the time?
Right, yeah.
No.
You think
like, why? Yeah. No, I do it simply to produce funny stuff.
It's a character.
Yeah, it's a character.
It's the Sus King is a character. Mm-hmm. It's not me.
Right.
It's a character.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah,
blue collar, hillbilly, red-headed, bearded, beautiful man.
Oh, hey, come on. You're gonna make me. But yeah, dude, it's. I think one thing, too, that people are so drawn to with my content is I'm the opposite of how I sound in those videos.
100%. I agree.
They think, what the hell? Like, that guy should not be making those noises. What is going on? And I feel like it's almost a shock factor, which I love. It gets a rise out of people. That's why I say random shit in public all the time, because they're like, why did you say that? Just felt like it, But yeah, for social media, for content creators that are wanting to get their start, don't be scared. Just take that jump, because you never know. You never, like you said, dude, you posted that one video.
Yeah.
Look at you now, dude. Like, you're getting paid, bro. This is your job. You get to do this for a living.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And if I wouldn't have moaned in the back alley of a Walmart that one time, shit, I don't know. There would be no Sus King.
That's crazy, dude. I love it. So what is Nick's long-term goals with social media? Or, what is your long-term goals with that?
It's hard, because when I first started, I didn't have goals. I just wanted to be known.
Right.
Just know my name. Just, And now that I have moved along in the rankings, I guess you could say, even though I'm pretty mid-tier, nobody, not a lot of people know me. My goal is to make a living out of it. So whether that means making a living out of being TikTok creators or YouTube creators, whatever, or anything like that, or becoming a stand-up comedian, or,
voiceover, dude.
Voice acting.
Yes.
I mean,
that's huge.
I've had people message me like, you should be a voice actor.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude. See,
what would your cartoon look like? Like, what would your...
Probably R-rated.
No, so like your voice. Yeah. So give me it. Like give me your Hispanic high pitch.
Okay.
And let's close our eyes, okay?
Yeah. Let me move the mic away.
So you give me your image of this character, and I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Hola, it's me.
Dude, it's so bad.
Ay, papi, you give me headache. I'm tired.
I pictured like this either short and fat guy or like a super skinny human, but with a big head.
Yeah, call him Girth Brooks. Thick boy.
That's what I imagine. But dude, the voice acting scene is with, especially all these movies going animated.
Dude, I know.
I mean, it's huge.
Well, and like I had this guy tell me the other day, you should be a singer. And I went, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, dude,
Feliz Navidad would be great.
Because he was like, dude, your voice can get so low, like without further ado. And he was like, and then you can just freaking belt out these things. And I was like, brother, I cannot sing for shit. It's horrible. It's real bad.
That's so funny.
deer dying on the side of the highway. It's bad, but voice acting would be pretty fun just because, you know, over the time of joking around, I have kind of created these voices, and it's not just the high pitch, it's low pitch, it's accents that are horrible, but they're so bad that it's, you know, kind of humorous. Yeah. Where I was like, you know, maybe if that door ever opens, absolutely. Because I'm at the point where, you know, like I had said, I just want to do it full time. So whether it's content creating, stand up, it's voice acting, it's Saturday Night Live, you know, whatever.
If you ever got the opportunity to be in a film,
oh, absolutely.
Would you jump on that?
As long as it's not X-rated,
yeah,
absolutely, dude. As long as I gotta show my butt cheeks, I think I'm in.
Are you pretty pasty,
bruh? No, boys, dude, throw some sunglasses.
See, we got more in common than I thought.
I tell you what, it's like a tube of toothpaste, bro.
Oh my god,
these thighs, dude.
Sheesh. That's so funny. So yeah, you would jump on the bus real quick.
Yeah, it's, you know. And for me, it's, I have a wife, I have 3 kids, and which a lot of people don't know too. But yeah, I have a wife and 3 kids, and so for me, it's, I cannot leave my full-time job that takes care of my family until something is set in stone. Hey, here's a contract for this.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Because if it was just me,
you have responsibilities. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as a man, you don't want to fail.
No.
And especially you don't want to fail your family.
You can't fail.
You know,
you got kids who depend on you,
look up to you.
Yeah, look up to you, and you know, same flip of the coin. Maybe when they get a little bit older and they see some of Dad's content, they're gonna go, "What the fuck is your problem?" You know, and it's all in a sense of entertainment. You know, and hopefully when they're a little bit older.
How old are they, anyways?
So I got a 4-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and a 2-month-old.
Oh, so y'all are busy too, man. Yeah,
yeah, real busy, dude. We got 3 boys, so it's a hard.
When y'all gonna have a girl?
You're funny, dude. You're funny, bro. Girls don't run in the old Hibbitts family. Bro.
Yeah,
we got 1 girl, and that's my cousin, and she has 3 older brothers.
Dang.
So I got 2 older brothers, then 3 boys. You know, lots of boys. My brother has 2 boys. So boys run pretty hard.
That's wild.
Yeah, but she's pushing for a girl. You're gonna mess around and end up with 6 boys.
Do you guys think this is your last shot?
I mean, I was done after 2. Then here we are with a 3rd. You know, so I'm okay with it. I love kids. I love being a dad. Being a dad is my favorite thing in the whole world, man. If you were to tell me like, hey, you can have all this social media fame or you can have your kids.
Oh yeah.
My stuff gets deleted now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I put my kids and my wife above everything that I do. And so if she wants more kids, we're gonna have more kids.
Yeah.
You know, does Daddy need to get a new job to support that? Probably. But you know,
or a second job.
Or a second job. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So besides, has your kid seen any of your videos, like your 4-year-old?
Yeah.
Like, what does he think? Like, does he laugh?
He giggles.
Yeah,
he giggles. I try not to show him some of my vulgar, because I got
right
vulgar stuff. But like I've showed him some of my lighthearted, the whole you know. And one time I thought I was going to show him, it was a oh frico shoot. So when I'm doing a for like kids, I censor it. It's oh frico shoot.
Right. And
so my son was like, Dad, you know, show me a video. I'm like, all right, you know, I'll show him a G-rated. Well, it was an oh fucko shit video. And I'm going in, oh my gosh, you know. And for the next 3 days, that's all he said.
He learned a new word or words.
Oh, bad. And he gets home. My wife gets home from work. She was working night at a little store here in town, and she gets home. I'm putting him in bed, and she's like, "How was your guys' day?" And he goes, "I learned something today."
Oh no!
I go, "Don't you fucking?" I'm just staring at him, and he goes, "Fucking shame." Oh my god, dude! I just smiled at her, and she's like, "Did you learn that?"
That's so funny.
Shit, sorry.
What's the most embarrassing moment that Sus Kings encountered?
Bro, I got caught.
'Cause I got a couple.
So I got caught by a tweaker. I was...
Because that is what's in the town.
Yeah.
You said that at the beginning.
There's a few.
Yeah.
I was parked, so I used to live a couple streets down, and I used to come home after work, and I would park on the side of the road, like right before my house. I don't like to film at the house because the kids are there and they're like, why is Dad screaming in the garage? This is weird.
He's screaming again.
God, here he fucking goes. Jesus. So I would park in my truck before my house on the side of the road. And there was this one video, I forget exactly what it was, but I was like, dude, I'm going to go all in. Like, I'm going to freaking get him off. I pass out. So I'm like, my face is like so red, it's purple, you know? I'm like, I open my eyes and there's this fucking guy standing in front of my truck staring like a deer in the headlights like that. And I was like, oh shit. And I'm just staring at him and he goes, you good? Like, holds his thumbs up and I go, uh-huh. He goes, okay.
Walks off.
Moseying on it.
Oh my
like,
God.
Holy shit.
And then, like, do you ever hear, like, people on their car, like, phones, the Bluetooth, and, like, just the muffled version of it, and it's like, like, can you imagine being that person, like, walk by and you're just in the car just,
like, Jesus Christ, there's Nick.
oh my God.
Well, that was, dude, I used to, we lived in a small house, and I used to film all my videos in my garage, and I'd wait for my kids to go to bed. My wife was working nights, so I was like, all right, I got an hour.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know. You know, I'm being a little sneaky snake. And so I go into the garage. I'm like, all right, kids are asleep. The doors are closed. I'm far enough away where I can scream. So, you know, our neighbors were up one night. I didn't know that.
Oh, no.
Garage, and I'm doing a 10 out of 10 poppy, which are they're vulgar. Some of them are vulgar. You know, I'm dropping cuss words, and I'm saying very adult things. And I do my whole spiel, dude, and it's quiet, and I hear, what the fuck was that? And I look out my window, and my neighbors are standing in their front yard staring right at my garage. And I was like, when I tell you I took my trash out the next day and they were there, oh, gosh. Morning.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, fuck.
My probably most awkward cadence, awesome moment was probably the first time we did our back to school shopping videos. And, you know, just being in the short, because I mean, back to school, it's hot outside, so I'm wearing shorts.
Hell yeah.
I got on a peace sign tie-dye t-shirt.
America.
I got my peace sign American glasses on. I got the big sparkly bow, pop tubes and fidgets falling out of my pocket.
Cute as hell.
And, you know, yeah, to each their own. And I'm walking into Walmart, and I'm just like, I feel like all eyes are just like, you ever just feel like someone's staring at you, but you just don't know where? Yeah. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, they see me. And then, you know, when I walk in, it's like my heart is just boom, 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 boom. My stomach's kind of queasy feeling, and it's like I'm trying to rush and get the stuff filmed. And I'm like, wait a minute, take a deep breath. No one's even batting. Like, we're in an aisle filming, and no one's batting an eye.
You're in Walmart.
You know, yeah. I'm not the worst thing that's in there, you know. Like,
pretty normal. Yeah.
I blend in, if anything. And but the thing that kind of made me like lose all that was the kids that kept coming up there like, can we take a picture? I'm like, oh yeah, what's your name? And you know, the parents are like, we're big fans. So at that moment, whenever the kids are running up, and it's like all the nervousness went aside, you know, and now it's like, we need to film at Walmart. Let's go. And you know, 9 times out of 10, Whitney's more embarrassed than I am, because I'm like going extra, because especially when we're not filming, like I always do a little extra, you know, just to embarrass her. And yeah, that was probably my worst fearful moment of, man, and you know, like, it's all about the filming. It's all about the filming.
Yeah, just focus on
making people laugh. But one time I did the whole like back pocket challenge. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, and we were filming some kind of claw machine thing in Walmart, and I had my phone in my back pocket, and this old dad was walking his daughter out, like kind of like pushing her, you know, like, come on, let's go. There's a weirdo in here. And I had my back pocket camera on, and like he does like a double take, and like I zoomed in on his face, and it's just like this, you know. And yeah, it was so funny. And I was like, man, we should start doing this more often. We never did it again, but just having that the view of the people watching me. You know, I almost need like a whole team of people filming other people's reactions to doing what I'm doing.
Dude, I would love that.
I think it would be hysterical.
That'd be so funny. You could do a whole series just that.
Yeah. So what is the best "oh yeah" moment that you ever had as the Sus King?
You know, they've all blended. I've done so many of them that they've all blended in together. But I would have to say that the best, my most memorable was with Russell Dickerson. He had a concert in Sacramento. It was like Country in the Park 2 or something like that. And he hits me up on Instagram, and I was like, this is fake.
Yeah.
This ain't no real profile. And sure as shit, it was him, and he was like, hey, man, I'd love to have you and your wife come to a show. And I was like, oh, as fans, front row. And he goes, no, we're going to hang out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this dude.
That's awesome.
So we drive to Sac, dude, and the whole time, dude, so I'm telling my wife, I go, what if this guy, like, just catfished us? And we get here, because he's like, pull around back, and you're on the list, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, there ain't no fucking list. I'm going to get there, and they'll be like, who the fuck is this guy? Leave. And I was like, and then we're going to have to buy tickets, and I'm going to have to sit in the back.
Yeah, that would be awkward. You're like, he's like, sir, why are you here? I'm on a list.
Yeah, there's a list with my name on it, I guess. And so I roll up. There's this lady, and she's like, what are you here to see? The reptile show? So there's a reptile show going on.
Reptile?
Yeah, so right next door, there's like a reptile museum. And I went, what? And I thought I was at the wrong place. And I go, there should be a list. And she goes, for a reptile museum? And I was like, no, I was like, Russell Dickerson? And she goes, no, I don't know. And I was like, dude, he catfished us.
Dang.
And so I'm like, well, let me, can I call him real quick? And she's like, you call whoever you want. I was like, all right. So
there's just a bunch of snakes and stuff in here.
You're just going to see a lizard, bro.
Yeah.
And there ain't no damn list. And so I'm on Instagram. I'm trying to get a hold of him. I'm not getting a hold of him. And I'm like, dude, wow, like this really happened. And then all of a sudden, bro, he messages me and he goes, I don't know who that lady is, but my manager's on his way right now to come get you. And I was like, okay. So he was,
dang.
So we got through, we found his manager. His manager was like just walking through like a field, like back up, looking for me, and gets in the back.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, where art thou? And he gets in there, dude. And the first thing he says is, wow, I'm in the Sus King's car.
Oh, man.
And I was like, bro, who the fuck am I?
Like, right, yeah.
Russell Dickerson's manager. Like,
yeah.
And so we go back, dude. We go to the bus. It's this crazy thing, dude. We're having so much fun. We're hanging out. And he goes, hey, so you ready to get the crowd of Ho Yeah tonight? And I went, what? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm here as a fan.
Like, you didn't find out until...
Yeah, dude, I was on
after
the bus.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, well, you're Russell Dickerson, so I'm not going to say no, And he was like, dude, you'll kill it, bro. You'll kill it. I was like, all right. So we kind of went over their set list. We went over it. And then when I was going to go on, so me and my wife were backstage. We were on stage with him, like, to the side behind some speakers. And the song's coming up, and I was like, oh, shit, dude. On my heart, bro, I thought I was going to die. Like, I was sweating. I was like, dude, I'm going to pass out before I even get out there.
Uh-huh.
So we walk over, and his manager hands me a mic. He goes, you ready for this shit? And I was like, fuck no, I ain't ready for this. And he goes, give me a without further ado. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, let me just hear what you got. So I gave it to him, and he starts jumping up and down. He's like, let's do it. I was like, okay. So I go out, and I started recording, and I did my Ho Yeah. I don't know how many people were there.
I mean, it looked like, because it's on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah.
And, I mean, there's a ton of, I was like, dang, it's a pretty big show.
It was a pretty big show.
And it was outside, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember, dude, before walking out there.
Were you nervous at all?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I was, like I said, I thought I was going to pass out.
Uh-huh.
I was dizzy. I was like, oh, my God, dude. How embarrassing would that be? This Sus King, I'm like,
can I get a halt?
Yeah, bam, medic. So, but when the craziest thing happened, and I've never felt it till that day. I walked in front of the crowd, and a sense of calm came over me, where I was like, my heart stopped racing. I stopped sweating. I stopped worrying, and I just went.
Mm-hmm.
I was committed, and it was so fun.
Yeah, and it was natural too. Like, you nailed it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was a little out of breath, so it wasn't the best Ho Yeah. But then, like, I started turning around showing them my ass and shit. It was weird, bro. I got nervous. I got nervous at the end. They were like, oh, the Sus King. And I didn't know whether I should leave or not. So I was like, here's my butt. And I was, like, turning around and shit. And I was like, okay, this is weird now. I'm going to head out. So I ran off stage hella awkward. But yeah, man, Russell, I can't speak highly enough of the guy, dude. Fantastic human being. And for him to, think I was entertaining enough to be able to do that with him and his band. Like, bro.
Did y'all talk about like how he even, seen your stuff or?
Yeah. So he said he was sitting at a Denny's or an IHOP with his friend.
Eating some pancakes.
Yeah, America, baby. And so he's scrolling through Instagram Reels. And I think it was his buddy, Ben, who found me and was like, dude, who the hell is this guy? And he said, bro, we spent the whole night just going through your Instagram Reels, and was like, dude, this dude is funny. And he was like, I followed you, and I knew, like, I have to meet this guy. And I was like, you're Russell Dickerson. I'm fucking nobody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just,
If anybody should be fangirling, it's Nick.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, Jesus. But yeah, man, that was for sure my most memorable. Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I've been talking with Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sisters and about being on the show. And, I sent her that message, like I was telling you. And this is where we relate. It's like, Russell Dickerson was like in awe that you're there. And, Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sisters is like, oh my God, I'm fangirling right now. Sorry. And I'm just like, me too.
You don't know how this feels.
Like, I love it. Like, I love those girls. And they're so funny. They got a good story. And, I could care less about talking about the show. Right. I want to know more about Tammy. I want to know more about Amy, and then overcoming that, and just the fact of that she was fangirling over Cadence from the Awesome Lawsons, and even like after the message, she was like, I'm sorry to be rude, but what's your name? And I was like, my name's Daniel. Dude. I am a real person.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not a 12-year-old girl at heart,
I don't always wear this bow.
And surprisingly, I'm married to a woman.
Shocker.
And so, yeah, I think it's so funny how, and again, it just goes back to making people laugh. And it's like the joy that you get out of it and they get out of it. It's just like, you're a star.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the crazy thing is, too, is in this world that we kind of live in, because it's not the real world. You know what I'm saying? But in this world we live in, people get lost in the fact that we're humans, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's, sure, we're entertaining, but we are also human beings. And I realized that when I met Russell, because I was like, this dude's genuine. He's nice. He's caring. He let me video chat with his wife, who is not a fan of the old Suskin. And he was like, look who I got, dude. I get up on the camera. She goes, oh, hi. I was like, hi. And I moaned for her. She's like, ha, ha, ha.
All right, back to the guys,
Anyways, I'll let you talk to your husband, I'm not a big fan of, the wives aren't huge fans of me, but it's one of those things where, dude, we're just humans, bro.
Yeah.
And, I fanboy, fangirl, whatever, over a lot of people. But I always go back to the fact of, well, yeah, it's cool that I get to meet this person and I get to do this, but this is just a human.
Yeah, exactly.
And before you came out, bro, I was, nervous. Okay. And I was at the house and I told my wife, I go, am I funny? And she goes, what? I go, tell me I'm funny. And she was like,
just reassure me.
Oh God, tell me a joke that I said before, and she's like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's so funny.
I was like, who am I? Who am I to be able to do this?
Yeah.
She was like, dude, you gotta chill. And she was like, there's a reason, he wants you to be on here, and just be you. Don't be somebody you're not.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
And I was like, as badly as I don't want to be me,
dude,
okay, and it's and then once I met you, I was like, he's a freaking human. He's we're all humans, bro. We're just normal people that are gifted at something.
Yeah. And I tell a lot of the kids that.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm sure you get them too, like you being in such a small town, I'm sure people know the Sus King, and us being in Bowling Green, and the audience that we have is a lot of children, a lot of moms, and sometimes the moms are bigger fans than the children are, which is crazy. But, you just feel like they're looking at you, and then you look and they're just like doing the whole like triple, quadruple take, and it's like, hi.
Yeah.
You
can say hi.
And that's what I tell them. Like, we'll be in Target and people will just look. We were filming. I forgot to tell you, we were filming a new challenge with the kids.
Okay.
So I'll tell you about this in a second. But they just kept looking and looking. And it's like, you can come say hi. It's
don't
like,
be shy.
Yeah, come speak. I'm just a normal guy. I'm at the end of the day, we're the same. We bleed the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have a platform, but guess what? I'm a nice guy too. You know what I mean?
Well, and who's to say too, the person meeting you, if they posted a video tomorrow, they'd be in the same spot as you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no difference. The difference is we took the jump. We went, screw it. We're going to send this shit. See what happens. That's literally the difference, you know, and it's wild because, like I said, you know, I look at myself. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a blue collar, I guess you could say, worker. You know, that's all I view myself as. So when I get stopped in the store by this kid, like, can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, who the hell am I?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, this kid wants to take time out of his day.
What about autographs? Do people ever say autographs?
I have yet to get an autograph, like give an autograph. I've had people message me like, hey, when you send me merch, can you sign it? And I've yet to do that. You know, I'm like, yeah. We'll see. You know, because I go through this company that kind of ships them out for me.
Yeah.
I don't have them. So I'm like, if I do that, I don't have money, so I got to pay for them to come here. And you know, I'm like, bro, you don't realize this boy broke.
I got to buy the shirt, then I got to pay extra shipping to ship it to where you are.
You want to buy the shirt to have it shipped to me, and then you could buy it to have it shipped. But yeah, it's, you know, I went to the fair, and I was with my wife and my kids. And when I'm with my kids and people ask like, oh, dude, come here. Oh, yeah, I always decline. Just, I like to kind of keep it separate, you know. And so these kids, like 5, 6 kids, high schoolers, were like, holy shit, dude, it's a sus king. You know, I'm holding my kid's hand. I'm carrying my other kid. My wife's with me. And they go, can we get a picture? Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I get a picture with them. Next thing I know, dude, I look around, there's like 15 people just piled in this picture. I'm sure not all of them knew who I was.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck it, let's do it, you know? So I've got random people in this picture with me, and, you know, and walking away, my wife was like, well, look at you, Mr. Master. You know, and I'm like, yeah, but who the hell am I? Dude?
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm going to go to bed at 9, and I'm going to wake up and go to work.
Yeah.
That's, you know, like.
And they're going to be, I just saw the sus king.
Exactly,
yeah.
dude. And just till this day, man, it blows my mind. And it's hard. Like, sometimes I don't know how to react, bro. Like,
oh, exactly.
I had this kid, the first time, I'll never forget, the first time I got noticed, I was in Rite Aid. And this kid who, I knew his dad, and I used to fight MMA with his dad and stuff like that. And he walks past me. I hadn't seen him since he was a little kid. He goes, can I get a hug? Dude, I don't know what is inside me. My first reaction was no. And I kept walking. I just walked away from him. And I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, something inside of me was like, get away, like, retreat, get away. And so
just that nervousness, like, took over.
And I messaged his dad. I was like, I'm pretty sure I just, you know, cold shouldered your kid, bro. I'm so sorry. And he's like, oh, yeah, he said, like, he asked for it. Oh, yeah. And he was like, you're kind of a dick. Just like, no, dude, no. Like, you know, and then the
oh, my goodness.
The other fair, dude, there was a bunch of, like, firefighters there. And they were big fans, you know, and they're like, oh, it's the sus king, bro. And I stood there with my hands in my pockets. And I went, hey, that's it. And then I walked. And my wife was in there. She goes, what the hell, dude? What was that? I was like, well, she's like, dude, there were 6 full-grown men trying to talk to you. And you said, hey.
Yeah. It is an awkward feeling, you know. Yeah. It's strange. I mean, we went to totally different town. It's maybe 30 minutes from where we live. We took the kids to go get their shots. Okay. This was last week. Yeah. And the nurse walks in. And she's like talking, and then she's like, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you a question. And I was like, she was like, you just look so familiar. And I'm like, boy. Do I? I don't know what else to do. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be like, well, you may know me for dressing as a girl. I'm awesome. You know, but it's like, so how do you know me? Right, and I just let them think on it, you know. And she was like, do you make TikTok videos? And I'm like, that's me. Yeah, and she's like, I thought that was you sitting out there. And it's just, it's so funny. And you're exactly right. It's like, I don't know how to react because who am I?
Yep.
I'm just
a husband and a father.
Yeah. You know, and a hell of a good friend, you know, if you're a great person, you know, and I'll do anything in the world for you. And it's just it's a humbling feeling. It's an awkward feeling because it's like, I don't know what to do.
I fucking take a shit every time someone, I'm like, oh God, you know, start clenching the cheek.
That's hysterical. I love it. So what about hobbies, man? Other than working and filming some videos in front of some tweakers, what does Nick like to do, you know?
I love fishing, dude. I love being in the outdoors. We got a couple lakes up here that are phenomenal for trout fishing, and so
and that's popular up this way, trout.
Yeah, trout and bass. People really like bass and trout up here, but taking the kids fishing, or just being at the lake, being outside with my family is, I mean, my favorite thing to do. Anytime I can get my kids in the outdoors, or because my oldest loves everything Dad loves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, camping, fishing, whatever, what have you, it's definitely one of my favorite things to do. And just honestly, bro, like I go home, like I told you earlier, dude, like I don't get out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I come home from work and I wrestle with my kids. I hang out with my wife, make some, eat some dinner with the family, and just be present with them. Because in the end of the day, that's what matters to me most,
Mm-hmm.
Is being with them. And so, I would say that those are definitely my hobbies. Just being with my kids.
Yeah.
Being outside as much as I can.
Which child gives you the most trouble?
Ah, Jesus, dude.
Like what age?
The 1.5-year-old. He is. I probably shouldn't, but I call him my little psycho. I go, what up, psycho? Because, dude, he is something else, bro, and he got his own language going on.
Oh yeah. I call it caveman.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, what the hell?
Eli used to go adapa dapa dapa.
Yeah, and like the other night, bro, I was changing him, and he was freaking out. He's flailing his legs, and there's shit flying out. I was like, God damn it! And I grab his legs, and I'm like, dude, how can I calm this kid down? And I go, hey. I go, guess what? And he stops. He looks at me, and go, chicken butt. And he goes, just screams at this. I was like, what the fuck? He goes, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh shit! And so that's our thing now,
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's so crazy how kids pick up on stuff.
Dude, like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's you don't think they're watching you.
Oh, they're smart, dude. I was telling you last night, Leighton knows how to work this thing.
Yeah. It's insane.
And she's 2 years old. She knows what the TikTok app looks
Right.
like. She knows how to go to TikTok, swipe through it, oh, I see a cool blippy photo as the little, icon. So she
Yep.
clicks on it, pulls it up bigger, and like, ha, exits out, goes back to the For You page, and starts
shit.
flicking through videos.
Yeah.
I mean, she knows how to work this better than my grandmother, and it's crazy. And what we have to, it's so easy to put a phone in front of her to occupy her because she's extremely needy.
Right.
Whether it's, Leighton wanting to be held, and it's like, we got parent stuff to do, laundry, cooking, other kids. And it's like, you can't just fully focus on one child when you have multiple.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to be like, here, just watch,
Put this in your face.
put some blippy on,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And they grab it and then they're just locked.
Dude, they're zoned in.
Yeah. I have to come up with something, or it's just easy. And I don't think that's healthy.
No, it's, and it's kind of I don't know. I feel like every parent is guilty at some point or another.
It's like a quick fix for the moment.
Yeah, like Dad,
Anything to do to entertain them.
Watch this.
Yeah.
And that was, my kid likes the show Trash Truck.
Oh, yeah.
My 1.5-year-old. And so we went through a little spurt, which I'm not proud of, but, we get busy and he'd get needy and watch Trash Truck,
Mhm.
And then it started getting to the point where he's watching Trash Truck and he's like glued. But I'm yelling his name. And he's just,
Yeah.
and I'm like, nah. And so we nipped that in the bud, and it's, I don't know. My wife and I always told, if we're going to have kids, this is the way we want to do it, blah, blah, blah. But one of them was, we don't want our kids to be screen kids. We don't want kids, we want our kids wanting to go outside and wanting to be in nature. And that's how our oldest is. Our oldest dude, oh my God, he'll watch TV for like 5 seconds and he's like, well, all right, and gets his shoes on. Where you going? Outside.
Yeah.
And he'll be playing, talking to the trees and shit,
I love that.
And it's incredible, and it's kind of cool because our middle watches the older. So if that older one gets his shoes on, he starts going, Joyce, jacket, Joyce. I'm like,
Ready to go.
yeah, right, go, shoes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, But then you got to stay outside and freeze your ass off.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's worth it, dude.
They're so numb to the elements. Isn't that so
I don't
weird?
understand it.
Like snow, for example.
Yeah.
I take my kids out to play in the snow. They're soaked.
Yeah. Yep.
I got snow on me. I'm soaked and I'm dying.
Yep.
My hands are cold. My feet are cold. I'm like, all right, we got to go in. And they're like, come on, Dad, let's build a snowman.
They're all naked.
It's so weird how they're so numb to the elements.
Well, the other day, my wife said, the oldest, I dared him to go outside in the snow. And I was like, well, that's probably not much of a dare. And she goes, nope. Walked right out. He was in his underwear, just walked out. She goes, I thought he was going to run.
He's relentless.
Yeah, just what the hell's wrong with this?
That's
kid?
crazy.
I get a draft in the house and blanket,
Yeah.
But
What's your like most useless, or not useless, rather, pointless thing you have? Like toys. When I say toys, I mean like not like little trucks you're playing with.
gotta talk a truck. So,
but like your like guilty purchase, is it that fishing rod that you had to have, or what?
I mean, yeah,
because you say you do a lot of fishing.
Yeah, I do a lot of fishing, and I decided one day I was gonna be a fly fisherman. Man, that shit's hard as hell. And I bought the whole setup, dude. I put in a lot of money.
I heard I can hear it can be expensive.
It's dumb. It's dumb as hell. And I went out one time, and I got snagged in a tree, and I went, well, this is going on the rack. And I never touched it again. And I did the same thing with, I bought a Canon, it's like a T5 camera, because before I got known on social media, I was like, I need a camera to look good, So I bought this damn camera for like $600. It was a camera with like lenses and stuff. And I was taking pictures like I was some sort of artist. They're shitty, bro. They're all blurry and stuff. I'm like, when they do the edits where it's like the hand over, bro. It's so crazy. It's like, what
you were snapping pictures like,
oh, dude, yeah. I was like, I could get a cool visual, like blurry visual. Dude, that was dumb as hell. What is my problem? Stick to heavy equipment operating.
Yeah.
And so, I got about a whole folder of just shitty, blurry pictures. And then when I got known, I was like, I just need my phone. And my wife was like, oh, where'd that $600 go? And I was like, it's in a bag in the garage.
Hey, you could probably make those blurry pictures into NFTs. I guarantee people will purchase them.
I'll tell you what, bro. They would. I think they would.
That's crazy. I say my pointless purchase would probably be Whitney probably thinks everything to do with this, just because she don't understand. Like, anytime you can upgrade your visual or audio stuff, that's my thing for people that do social media. Like, you need to be heard.
Yep.
You need a good quality. Yeah. Who's gonna take, an hour and 5 minutes and listen to something that's like, thank you for choosing to do, like a broken Burger King box like you're ordering from. You just don't want to. You don't want that. So, but that's probably it. Probably just audio equipment
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think as a guy, I don't know about, I'm pretty sure all men do it, but you get fixated on something and you get excited about something. And as an adult with money, you go, why wouldn't I buy that? And then you buy it and you're staring at it. You go, what? Like, what even is this thing?
Yeah.
And it sits in the corner, and, your wives are pretty good at reminding you you're a dumb shit. They're pretty good at it. Like, hey, remember when you bought that thing?
Yeah.
Look where it's at now. I'm like,
yeah. I do the same thing with her clothes, though. She's like,
oh, God.
Her clothes are so stupid. Like, first, we have a huge walk-in closet.
Yeah.
90% of what is in that closet belongs to her. Yeah. My stuff is, the door opens in. Mm-hmm. My stuff's behind the door. I have to go in, shut the door to get to my stuff.
That's the same. Same here.
And she's like, oh, this shirt's so cute. And that's like, you have 1,000 shirts that still have price tags. Yeah. Why do you need another one?
What is going on?
Yeah. And clothes is her useless, guilty pleasure purchase.
Dude, my wife just buys random shit, bro. Like last night, I get off work and I come home and she's hanging up new blinds. And I went, what are you doing? She goes,
dude, blinds can be expensive.
Oh, they were. And these some thick bitches too. They're fine.
Are they the wood?
I don't know what the fuck they are, but she's like, they keep the cold out better. And I was like, bro, it is.
We're almost done.
Yeah, I'm like, it's 3:45 in the afternoon. What are you doing? She's all up on this ladder, like reaching up. She's like, I just need your help. The bolt is the screw stripped. So now my ass is up on the ladder, helping her out. My wife, she's like, it keeps the cold out. And like, I'm an idiot. It keeps the cold.
Duh.
Yeah. Oh, my dad. I'll just shut the hell up, I guess. But yeah, like my favorite thing is we don't have money. And you're like, okay. And then you get home and there's Amazon package.
Oh, yeah. We got to watch what we're spending this week.
You got to stop buying Starbucks as she rips open a new Amazon package.
Whitney is the same way. We need to introduce them to each other because I feel like they would get along pretty well.
Dangerous.
But you were talking about fly fishermen. I just remembered. So my cousin, he was from Chicago, His name's Aaron. So what he does 6 months out of the year, he goes to Alaska and takes people on these fly fishing tours.
Dude.
And then the 6 months that he's not doing it, he's at the house. Like that, he works 6 months out of the year, takes them on tours, does what he enjoys, and then comes back home the rest of the year. Crazy.
That's funny you said, dude. Just the other week, my wife was like, I want to take a trip somewhere. I was like, okay. Where? She goes, let's go to Alaska. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? And she's like, well, me and, the kids were watching a survival show, and this go to Alaska and salmon fishing and all this beautiful back country, I was like, all right, sure, and started looking into it, dude. In Alaska, it's beautiful.
Oh, dude.
Gorgeous.
I want to test my human abilities.
Hell yeah.
Like, I want to.
Get out in nature.
Yeah. I want to start with nothing.
Do Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, I would.
You. Just
Yeah.
you. No production company.
Yeah, just me running around the
With a Coors
Alaskan woods butt naked and just having. I feel like if I was, I would need. I don't know if I could do Naked and Afraid there because I don't know enough about like building a fire out of snow.
Well, and I could be a friend fully clothed. I don't need to be naked to be a friend.
You're exactly right. But I would love to have some warm stuff, no shelter, no fire, and just test my abilities.
Hell yeah.
And I want to do it in Alaska.
How long do you think you'd last? Be honest.
Yeah, I think I would, if I could create a shelter.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I would be pretty competent in doing. And then obviously fire, I could figure that out.
Yeah.
It would be the hunting with nothing, like the trapping and stuff, and just finding the food.
Yeah.
So I would say 2 weeks maybe until I could figure out the trapping.
Holy
I mean, you got to
shit.
eat, right?
Yeah.
I know I would at least last a week.
Damn.
Yeah, a week to a week and a half, no problem.
Not me.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I feel like you would be one to be like 6 months.
Nah, man. Here's the thing, bro. I would get out there, and then I'd be bored. And I'd be
That's
like,
true.
Dude, I'm naked, and I'm in the snow, and it's cold, and I'm freezing.
Yeah.
And I know how to fish, but I don't have the tools to do that. So now I'm angry because now I'm irritated. And I'm like, okay, I know how to fish, but I have nothing to do it. And then you see all the tools to start a fire, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
How are you going to do it? Well, I'm naked and cold, and I'm already irritated I can't fish. So let's start this fire. And if it doesn't start the first time, I'm one of those guys where I'm like, God, and then I'm like calling my mom, like, come pick me up. I'm done with this shit.
That would be my first focus is probably fire and shelter.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because if you get that, I think you could stick it out for a little bit, and then it becomes food's the issue.
Yeah. What about naps, dude? Would you take naps?
Dude, naps kind of piss me off, to be honest with you. Yeah, I
You got a
can't.
thing for naps, bro?
I cannot. Jordan, my buddy, we was in high school. He's like, I'm gonna take a quick nap. I'm like, naps just piss me off,
You just wake up mad.
Yeah, I can't. Now Whitney, she'll be knocked out. She could take a nap, not a problem, and she wakes up ready to go.
Yeah.
My cousin is just a weird being. He could literally take a cat nap. He's like, I'm gonna close my eyes for 5 minutes.
What the
Be
hell?
exhausted, okay? 5 minutes, wake up, and he's like, let's go. It's
should be a
the
part of the
weirdest. It is the weirdest thing.
He's a damn mute.
And he listens. He's the one that sends me your videos. And he could 10 minutes. He's ready to seize the day.
What the hell?
Like refreshed, replenished.
Huh.
He's ready to go.
Does he have deficiency in something?
Good looks.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, Dustin. No, he's a hell of a dude. And no, but he it's just weird. Are you a napper?
Dude, I be napping, bro.
Yeah.
I be catching little nappy poos every once in a while, dude. It's got to be the right time, like if the kids are in bed or if they're napping, dude, and I'm in there laying on the couch, I'll catch a quick nap, but usually my wife wakes me up. She's like, what are you doing? Well, I was fucking napping.
See, that's the opposite with me and Whitney. She's like, why are you waking me up to come look at something that I know nothing about?
I just love you. I need you to be awake right now. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll walk in, she'll be sleeping, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And she's like, does it look like I'm doing?
Peel her eyes up.
Yeah.
Martin.
So about the video, and then we'll close it out. But the newest challenge video, we took the kids to Target.
Oh, shit.
I duct taped them at the feet, and I duct taped them at their wrist, and they had 15 minutes to get whatever they wanted. You know, if they dropped it, cool, you can pick it up, but you got to make it back up to the register in 15 minutes. That video drops on Thursday. And so that was a fun experience. I want to do more challenges with the kids. I think it's so funny, and I try to involve them as much as possible, especially when we run into fans. I'm like, hey, I got the real Cadence and Eli with me, and they're like, you have kids?
What the hell?
No, I just have all this stuff for fun, you know?
I buy it at the thrift store.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people's like, where do you get the clothes from? And I'm like, the kids' closets? Like, I'm not spending money on stuff that is just, you know, useless.
Do you have to replace their stuff though? I feel like you stretch it out a little bit.
Well, Cadence is like my size. I mean, she's a pretty big girl. Now, Eli's stuff, I got to go to his bigger clothes. But I stretch those out a little bit. But I'm very slim until Eli grows because he's so small.
Right.
You know, little body, big head, just like his daddy. I mean,
top heavy.
Yeah. And, you know, we're built different, you know? We look funny. We're skinny and short and got a big old head.
Hell yeah.
And so his clothes are very minimum. I got like maybe 3 shirts that I can get into. And then the shorts I wear are just my basketball shorts.
Oh, shit.
But it is his little Roblox hat. He loves to play games, so I'm always got my gamer headset on and a controller in my hand because that's how kids are on the natural, you know. The dude can't put his tablet down to take a poop.
Right, yeah.
You know, and he's like, I got to go brush my teeth. And he starts walking upstairs with his tablet. I'm like, is that your oxygen? Like, sit it down, go brush your teeth. And, you know, so again, we just got to find that balance of like when to allow the screen time. And it's hard because it's so easy to say, here, entertain yourself.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
And we've been working with that, but we really need to work with that with the baby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she knows how to work TikTok.
That's why. That's why.
And I'm not making this up, you know, it's nuts. But, man, you got anything for me before we close it out, dude?
Dude, I mean, I'm just appreciative that you take your time, to fly out and do it. You know, I remember when you called me and, again, dude, I don't know what it is. I always think everything's BS because like we had said earlier, like we don't look at ourselves as a high regard.
Right.
You know? And so I got your message and I was like, bullshit. Like, I said, bullshit. And then you called me and I was like, oh, this is legit. And you know, we were talking about either me flying out there, you flying out here. And I was like, yeah, you know. And you're like, that's all right. I've never been in NorCal. I think I'll fly out. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went inside and my wife was like, how'd the phone call go? And I go, he's flying out. And she's like, what? And I was like, I don't fucking know.
Dude, yeah.
Like, you better be I told her, you better be on your best behavior. But
you better get this house clean, woman.
Damn it, woman. Hang the new sheets, hang the new stuff up. Get it up now, you know.
That's so funny.
It keeps the cold out.
Yeah.
He's coming over. But yeah, dude, I appreciate it, man. It really means, you know, when somebody's willing to do that, dude, it shows character. And it's cool, man, that, you know, in this world, I'll call it, of social media, there are genuine people. There are true people. There are nice people, you know. And I'm one that I'm always skeptical, always, dude. I don't know why, but I'm always, when I first meet somebody, I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. And I mean, shit, you got my truck. I was like, hey, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
You know, all you did was shake my hand and say, what up? And I was like, good guy. You know, and, you know, shit, dude, we drove around town for hours last night, just shooting the shit. Yeah. And I was like, I got home and my wife was like, how'd it go? And I go, feels like a buddy. Like,
right. Yeah.
Feels like a guy I grew up with or something. We're just catching up, you know? And so it just, I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate you being true and genuine and being willing to do this. And man, it's just cool, dude.
Yeah,
cool.
I love it. Well, I appreciate you letting me come out. Appreciate you looking at the message, you know, and be like, is this legit? But like I said from the beginning, I want to use this platform and try to bring on creators and, you know, successful people that's made a name for themselves and, you know, people that aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, because that's what success is all about.
Yes, sir.
Is you have to put in the work. Nothing is handed to you, you know, and you work your butt off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just with posting videos, but you get up every morning, you go to work, you got a family to take care of, you know, and I could tell you're a good dude just by the way you dress and the dirt on your boots and the grease on your hands, you know. When I see you in the videos, it's like, this guy's a good dude, you know, and he's funny and he makes me laugh. And we did feel like just buddies that haven't caught up. But I was telling Whitney, I'm like, it's kind of strange that we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
And the most important thing I think we have in common is we love to make people laugh.
Yep.
We see the world in such a different way that we see that it needs laughter, and we see what the laughter does for people other than just, haha, oh, I made them laugh. I'm changing lives. Like, we're changing lives.
Yes.
And we're pulling people out of that depression. We're pulling people out of that state of PTSD or going through the chemo and the sicknesses and the terminal illnesses. And it's like we are letting them forget reality and just making them smile.
See, and that's funny, dude, because, when I was little, I was like high school, and I had a lot of friends, and, I was a pretty popular kid. I was pretty obnoxious. I didn't give a shit what people thought. I just did what I wanted to do. But my dad said, he goes, I don't get it. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, you can tell your friends to jump off a bridge. And they go, for sure. And they would just do it.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. He goes, dude, one day he told me, he goes, if you want to start a cult, you're going to start a cult. He goes, I don't know what it is, but people listen. He goes, you can say the dumbest shit and people go, yeah, that's the truth. And he's like, I don't know why, and so I feel like that has carried over to this.
You have a precedence around you, and certain people have that.
Yeah.
You could probably sell me those shoes and say they're new.
I mean,
we'll
rip off the bottom and make it the damn slipper, brother.
But yeah, you definitely have a precedence. I have a precedence. A lot of these creators that are genuine and good people, there is a difference. There's a different world out there. You have these creators that are just like, oh, look at this trip I'm on, and they're really not on a plane.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They got a damn poster in the back.
Yeah.
I'm in Maui.
Or there's this place where you can really go and take photos like you're sitting in a plane seat and like, oh, I'm headed out to this, and you're in Guam or something. You know what I mean?
Doing shit like that.
Yeah,
I am.
There's true places.
I'm gonna get posters, and I'm gonna put them up in each wall in my house, and be like, "This week I'm in New York."
Get a jungle room.
Oh yeah, dude. Get a gorilla like it's attacking me.
Have is it Tom or Tim?
Either one.
Tiny Tom. Have him in the. Yeah, it is Tom because he likes Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah. That's right, dude. He was.
You could have Tom in the background going like. Oh my God! But man, it's been so fun to come out here. I've never been out west, other than to land in LAX to go to Hawaii. But seeing the mountains and just honestly, it's eye opening because it's true. I've never seen nothing but so much at the same time.
Yeah,
I've been to the big cities. I've been to many places, but I've never been out west to see. Like on the plane, I was asking the person, I was like, "Are those mountains?" We have some in Tennessee, but it's like. It's very vegetation mountains. It's not rocky and, you know what I mean? It's not like the Sierra Nevada mountains, and flying over those. Or is that any of these out here? Like on that main road, the Sierra Nevada?
We got the Sierra Nevadas, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. So like when we were flying in, so that's what someone said, and I was like, that is just beautiful.
It's, and the thing is, dude, is growing up in the area, you kind of take it for granted, because I've had people come in and they're like, man, you live in such a beautiful area. And I'm like, dang, shit, here, and they're like, no, dude, like, there's this, and it's a beautiful, beautiful area, and I don't see that until I go to other places, and it makes me realize, like,
I'm missing something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, where are my mountains?
Yeah.
Where are my lakes? Because it's not every day that you can drive 45 minutes and catch a 7-pound trout.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And on any given day, I can do that if I want,
or see a wolf.
See a damn wolf.
On the side of the road. I mean, so have you ever seen a wolf here?
I personally have never, but I know they done released a damn pack of them.
So I get here, I'm on the main stretch, taking a video. I didn't post it on Instagram because it's Bluetooth to my car. So all you see is, like, you can't hear nothing. I see something in the back, and I'm like, it was windy, but it wasn't that windy. Like, it moved kind of quick. I turn around, no lie, wolf. I'm like, I didn't know what to do, so I'm like, I did. I was like,
you're like, oh, he's so cute.
And he like stops and turns around and looks, and he's like, oh, a human. And then he starts like whatever those like little shrubs are.
Sagebrush.
Yeah, like he was going in and out and just like disappeared. They blend in so good.
Stalking your ass.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, time to get back in the car. I've never seen a wolf, and I was like, that's definitely not a coyote because we have tons of coyotes where we live, and it was not a dog. I've seen plenty of dogs, you know. And I call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I just got out of the car, and I seen a wolf. She's like, are you sure it wasn't a coyote?
You're like, God.
No, it was a wolf, dude. And just seeing that wolf, seeing the wolf, whatever, seeing the mountains, and, you know, it's just, dude, there's so much we take for granted. And even back home is beautiful. Kentucky's beautiful. It's especially during the fall, dude.
Yeah.
All the trees have leaves, and just the colors in Kentucky. There's nothing like a sunset in the state of Kentucky.
Really?
It is just orange, purple, blue skies. It's amazing.
Are you in like North Kentucky, South? Where?
South.
Oh, okay, South.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like an hour from the Tennessee border, Tennessee line.
Shoot. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Or not even an hour. Like 20 or 30 minutes.
Dang.
So it goes like Bowling Green, then you go through Franklin, and then you're right in Tennessee.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we're more south, and it's beautiful. It's real rocky. There's clay everywhere. There's not really dirt where we live. It's just clay.
Hell yeah.
But Kentucky's a beautiful place. We got lots of places to fish, but it's just different parts of the world is different beautifuls, you know. And you know, like when I want to go to the Grand Canyon. You know, to people that probably live there, they're like, we're trying to get out of this place.
It's my damn backyard.
You know, and I want to, like, it's just beautiful, you know, and I want to travel and see that stuff, and finding people that want to do the podcast. Dude, I will come to the Smoky Mountains. I'll come to the Guam.
Right.
I mean, go to the jungle, baby. If we need to, like, have monkeys in the background, I don't care.
Alaska.
But yeah, I would go anywhere just to be able to, one, meet somebody, because like I was saying, everybody's got a different story, and it's crazy how many good people are out there. I think you're a hell of a dude. Sure. I would suggest keep posting your videos, because just the laugh factor is what the world needs, and I'm big on it. A lot of our fans are big on it. But dude, again, we'll close it out. Thanks again for coming, man. I appreciate it. Brother. Or not coming, but thanks for having me, rather. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
But anything else before we go? You want to tell them about your socials or anything?
I mean, yeah, dude. So
yeah, go ahead.
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. It's all Nick_Hibbitts. Yeah, dude. Shoot a follow. Show some love.
We'll link his stuff in the description, of course, but guys, we appreciate you tuning into this video. We had the Sus King here with us today, and yeah, it's been great. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up, and most importantly, you got to subscribe to the channel, and better yet, turn on all bell notifications. That way you get notified every single time we post a brand new video. And guess what? Stuff gets posted every single day. Podcasts on Tuesdays, Mondays or some kind of funny short video. Wednesdays we stream. Thursdays are unboxing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is our short comedy skits. So something gets up every day. Sometimes we post twice a day. So we're here to make you smile. The podcast is here to bring some laughter and joy. And Nick's like, what's going on, dude? But yeah, we'll see you next time on the next episode, After School with the Lawsons, guys. Appreciate you joining us. And Nick, thanks for coming.
Of course, brother.
Oh, before we go,
Oh, shit.
can we get a ho yeah? I want one.
So without further ado,
Oh, fucker, shut up, fucker, shut up, fucker, shut up!
All right, guys, we will see you next time after school with the Lawsons. It's time to go play some video games, baby!